In the dimly lit hallway of the luxurious Grand Hotel, Lana, the powerful CEO of Wave Media, trembled in the arms of the strange man. Her body burned like fire, her breath coming in ragged gasps. Her eyes glazed from the effects of the drugged wine. "Help. Help me," she whispered weakly, her voice echoing faintly in the silent space, her fingers unconsciously unbuttoning the top of her blouse. The man smirked, pulling her deeper into the shadows. But then a sudden figure burst forward. New York City in the sweltering summer heat pulsed with relentless energy. Where gleaming skyscrapers towered under the blazing sun, Wave Media, a top-tier media company nestled in the heart of Manhattan, was a hub for hundreds of employees churning out digital content, from viral TikTok videos to massive ad campaigns for global brands. Here, everything revolved around creativity and cutthroat competition. Mike, a 30-year-old guy with a bookish look, wire-rimmed glasses, and a warm smile, had just joined Wave Media 3 months ago. He wasn't fresh out of college. In fact, Mike had cut his teeth at a few smaller firms, honing his skills in programming and data analysis to near genius levels. But at Wave Media, he was labeled the new guy, which meant being shoved to the bottom of the pecking order. His colleagues, mostly long-timers, envied his talent. They saw him as too sharp, too quick. So they kept him in check. This morning, like every other, Mike walked into the office with his home-brewed coffee. "Hey, Mike, photocopy this stack for me today, will ya?" His coworker Hank tossed a thick pile of papers onto his desk without a glance. Mike nodded, stifling a sigh. He knew he could do so much more. He'd pitched an AI system to analyze user data and optimize content, but it got shot down. "You're new. Stick to the grunt work." His department head sneered. Mike's life wasn't just about the job. He'd married young, right out of college, to his sweetheart from school. But the marriage crumbled after a few years under the weight of financial stress and long hours. Now, he was a single dad raising his 6-year-old daughter, Lily, a spunky and adorable kid who was his whole world. Every evening after work, he'd pick her up from kindergarten, whip up a simple dinner like mac and cheese or grilled cheese sandwiches, and read her bedtime stories. "Dad, did you get bullied at work again today?" Lily once asked innocently, making Mike chuckle sadly. He didn't want her worrying, so he'd reply, "Nah, sweetie, Dad's just learning the ropes." Today was special. It was the birthday party of Lily's friend, little Emma from class. Mike decided to splurge and take her to the fancy restaurant at the Grand Hotel in Midtown, a place he rarely afforded with its steep prices. But for his daughter, he'd make it happen. "Daddy, this place is so pretty." Lily squealed as they entered, her eyes wide at the sparkling crystal chandeliers. Mike smiled, settling at a table by the window, watching her giggle and play with her friends. Not far away, at another table, Lana was dining with a business partner. As the 35-year-old CEO of Wave Media, she was the epitome of success. Stunning with long dark hair, sharp eyes, and a professional style today. A sleek black pantsuit that hugged her figure, Lana had climbed to the top through sheer grit and talent. But behind her tough exterior lay loneliness. She'd been burned in a past relationship where a guy exploited her status, so now she kept everyone at arm's length, especially employees. Her partner tonight was Mr. Turner, a pudgy middle-aged man representing a major client firm. They were negotiating a multi-million-dollar ad deal. "Ms. Lana, this contract's a win-win. Let's toast to our partnership." Mr. Turner grinned widely, pouring red wine into her glass. Focused on the documents, Lana didn't notice him slipping a small pill into it. She raised her glass politely and downed it in one gulp. Minutes later, Lana's body reacted. Her head spun, her face flushed, her heart raced. I feel off," she muttered, trying to stand. Mr. Turner quickly supported her. "You must be tipsy. Let me get you to a room upstairs to rest." Dazed, Lana nodded, oblivious to the sinister plan. From his table, Mike accidentally saw it all. He spotted Mr. Turner dropping something into the glass, and Lana's symptoms screamed trouble roofies or something worse. Like the stories he'd read online, his heart pounded. "That's my boss," he thought. "I can't just sit here." He quickly asked a kind waitress to watch Lily for a moment and dashed after them, up on the hotel floor. The hallway stretched long and empty. Mr. Turner was dragging Lana into a room, the door ajar. Lana trembled, whispering, "Help. Help me." Mike charged in like a storm, yanking her arm toward him and holding her close. "What do you think you're doing with my wife?" I'm calling the cops right now, he yelled furiously. Even though he and Lana had no personal connection beyond work, the wife lie was a quick bluff to scare the guy off. Mr. Turner jumped, his face paling, hands shaking. He hadn't expected interference, and the threat of police sent him into panic. Who are you? I was just helping, he stammered, then bolted down the stairs like a scared rat. Now alone in the hallway, Mike held Lana tightly. She leaned into him, limp and breathing heavily. So hot. Help me, she murmured, her fingers fumbling with her blouse buttons, exposing flushed skin. Mike blushed, staying composed. He hugged her protectively, shielding her from any security cameras, then called a cab to his place, the safest spot he could think of, since he didn't know her address. Back at his modest apartment in Brooklyn, Mike gently laid Lana on the bed. She mumbled incoherently, her body feverish, but he maintained distance, just using a cool cloth on her forehead and giving her water to flush the toxins. Lily, whom he'd picked up on the way, peeked in curiously. Daddy, who's that lady? Mike smiled. She's my boss. Honey, go to bed. I'll explain tomorrow, all night. Mike stayed awake, watching over her. He reflected on his life, from the poor college kid who married young, to the divorced dad enduring office bullying. Why'd I get mixed up in this? He wondered. But deep down, he knew he couldn't ignore someone in danger. The next morning, Lana woke with a pounding headache. She scanned the unfamiliar room, then saw Mike with a warm glass of water. Who are you? What happened? She asked, alarmed. Mike recounted everything, from spotting the drugging to rescuing her. Lana flushed as memories returned, tears welling. Thank you. If not for you, I don't know what would have happened. She recognized him as the new employee, the one she'd seen in the office, but never really noticed. From then on, Lana's view of Mike shifted. She investigated internally, uncovering the bullying, and fired a few culprits. Mike got assigned to a pilot AI project, developing a system for content optimization. Over the next 3 months, it wasn't smooth sailing. The initial rollout hit a snag, data integration failed, causing a temporary dip in analytics accuracy. Mike worked late nights tweaking algorithms, learning from the setback, and finally getting it right. The project succeeded modestly at first, boosting efficiency by 15%, which earned him quiet respect from the team. But peace didn't last. Mr. Turner wasn't some nobody. He had connections in the shady underbelly of media, with a history of scandals. Humiliated and out of the deal, he plotted revenge. First, rumors spread online, doctored photos of Lana looking drunk, captioned to smear her as Wave Media CEO's wild side. Stocks plummeted. The board called an emergency meeting. Lana was on the brink of breakdown. Mike, using his tech prowess, dug in. He ethically probed Mr. Turner's email system via vulnerabilities he reported later, gathering proof of the drugging and other crimes like bribery. He also compiled CCTV footage from the hotel and a toxicology report from Lana's hospital visit the day after. With solid evidence, Mike coordinated anonymously with the authorities, tipping them off. To gather more intel, Mike set up a meeting with Turner under the pretense of getting a statement for an internal investigation, posing as a neutral third party. They met at a dingy bar in Queens on a stormy night. I just need to hear your side, Mike said calmly. Recording discreetly, Turner, smug and unsuspecting, started boasting about his connections, but mid-sentence, a SWAT team burst in, executing an arrest warrant based on the digital evidence, CCTV, and Tox report. Handcuffs clicked. Turner was hauled away without a fight. Mike stepped back, relieved no punches thrown, just justice served. Lana, hearing about it, rushed to Mike's office the next day. You didn't have to go that far, she said, her voice soft with concern. Mike shrugged. I couldn't let him hurt you again. The shift from formal to personal felt natural. Over the following months, stretching to 6 in total, their bond grew organically. Late-night project debriefs turned into casual dinners. Lana started joining Mike and Lily for everyday moments. A weekend picnic in Central Park where Lily braided Lana's hair, giggling about fairy princesses, helping with homework over pizza, where Lana shared stories of her own tough childhood, or a rainy Sunday baking cookies. Flower everywhere, as Lily declared Lana the best aunt ever. These simple interactions built trust. Lana saw Mike's quiet strength as a dad, and he admired her vulnerability beneath the CEO facade. Their love deepened gradually. Mike helped Lana balance work and life, while she gave him confidence in his ideas. A year after the incident, under the sunset by the Hudson, Mike knelt. Lana, will you be my wife? Let's build a real family." She nodded. Tears of joy. "Yes, my love." They wed in an intimate ceremony on Miami Beach, with Lily as flower girl. Wave Media thrived under their joint leadership. Mike as CTO after his proven track record, Lana as CO. They had a son, and their story inspired many from that fateful rescue to a grounded, heartfelt family life.